You wanna know what they do? They send Kamala out there.
And don't nobody been like, man, there's like
that's
6 people who are black who fucking fuck with Kamala Harris, man. I can find you 100 black people who would tell you they don't fuck with Kamala Harris.
You fucking retarded.
And from all walks of life. Kamala Harris is not our queen. Fuck that. She's a cop. She threw away black people's lives and she protected pedophile priests. What more do I got to say about Kamala Harris? How could you possibly say, but after that, she's a cop. That's first and foremost. She's a cop. A fucking cop. You make me get loud. I cannot apologize. Kamala Harris.
To all the followers and subscribers, that is Brother Sheffin. That is
why is it always some old black and white boy telling us young fellas that we ain't relevant in a world that embellishes like a relative content from these elements? You call them stars, I call them settlements, cause they didn't settle for settlements built on a steady sediment. Ashes from the already crashed and burned dust from past residents. So I can feel it in my bones, I'm feeling in the zone. More when I'm on the way, but the same when I'm feeling home. So I'm comfortable, I know you are too. Me and Powers R1D2, Star Wars Harvest Moon Feast Food. But please don't come peaceful, but kill that noise if it's at all equal. I tell you what, man, let's make it equal. So I can show you the math, but I don't use sequels. Instead, I'ma use physics to determine how we move. Use ethics to perspective our objectives. Because our efforts to fulfill our destinies, the universe expected. So we gotta fight back, take the night back, take our lives back. Our efforts must be twice that of our enemies. Revolution imminent, but I'd rather die making noise than just sit.
He keeps repeating the same thing. He keeps repeating the same thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, what's going on? This is like episode a million.
Episode 10,402,000,000.
You know, of SquadKast, you know, podcast.
Exactly, part 19. Okay. SquadKast podcast. What's happening, everybody?
How y'all doing right there? Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, hit the notification, hit that like button. Make sure y'all also subscribe to
the dope
Junkyard
graphic sliding across the screen right now with the little
Yeah.
clickety click thing on the screen. You know how the professionals do it.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Then subscribe, okay?
Follow Junkyard Gang, all that, no breaks. Make sure y'all subscribe to that. And Noobs and Pros. Shout out my man BJ, keep getting well, bro. Shout out to everybody with SquadKast and Junkyard Gang. It's like so many of us now. It's like I usually run through the list, but I'm not doing that no more. There's too many working parts.
Too many people. Too many people.
Yeah.
Too many people. And especially, well, let me give one shout out to Junkyard Gang. This is actually episode 12, last episode for the next month. I'm not sure if we're going to start labeling these as seasons now, so it just kind of depends. But we got some interesting true life stories we're going to be posting over the next month.
I got to be a part of that. I need one.
Watch out for the Whataburger saga, okay? There's a part 1 and a part 2 to it, all right? The Whataburger saga.
Whataburger or Whataburger?
Waterburger.
Waterburger.
Yeah, Waterburger.
H2O burger.
H2O burger. Ooh, that's that hashtag H2O burgers. H2O beef. All right. All right, so yeah, Junkyard Gang, keep an eye for the next one.
Most definitely.
We'll put that on autopilot there. So
King of the shorts. King of the shorts.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what's going on today, gentlemen? Why did you summon me out of my cave?
Because
you need to be summoned,
motherfucker. You need to show face.
Good point. Good point. Yeah, I don't know if you guys got the word yet, but I officially have. I'm 100% full-time working remote now from home. So that's no more hours for me. Yeah,
what's the name of that?
I'm gonna have to edit that out. So.
Yeah.
I've been looking them up.
I want to move on, but you know, for the sake of your future, hey, that's who it is if you're interested.
I mean, they're talking about migrating us in September through October, but I don't know how that's really gonna work with all the new spikes and the new strands of everything.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about today, Jonah. I want to talk about this
exactly
because I'm getting irritated, man.
So.
Let's talk about some things. First of all, I'm not worried about these spikes. And let me tell you why. Because I am vaccinated. Okay? Alright? And not only that, if you compare what was happening a year ago to what's happening now with spikes and people actually dying, it's not the vaccinated. It's not the vaccinated. There's such a small percentage.
Right.
That's the risk that it is. That's the risk that everybody assumes if you take the safest route out. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Everyone can trip walking up steps. All right,
Right.
Simple as that.
Right.
So, but we all know if you want to get out safely, you got to walk up these steps.
Right.
So are you saying that all of the deaths that have been here lately have all been unvaccinated?
99% of the deaths have been the unvaccinated.
I would have to agree. About
These are the
97 to 99%
Yep.
have been unvaccinated, and that's a fact.
I respect the fact that I can still contract the virus and get sick, you know, but that my odds of surviving it are through the roof. So I'm not too concerned about that. And I also respect the fact that I could maybe, you know, shed the virus and give it to other people. But that's why you should be getting vaccinated, okay? All right, so and it's ridiculous to think that, you know, they're maybe thinking about going back to mask mandates.
Oh yeah, no, some states have already done that.
Right.
California's going back to a mask mandate.
It's killing me, bro. It's killing me.
Y'all girl Kim Reynolds blame the spike on immigrants.
On immigrants.
Ain't shit.
Come on.
Ain't shit.
Come on, man.
Blame it on immigrants.
Come
on. That's the best.
So right. And you know, and I'm not dealing with the excuse that the people who aren't getting vaccinated aren't necessarily, you know, smart enough, or they're stupid idiots or conservatives. That's not the problem. The government fucked this up. They've installed so much distrust in a broken system. No one can tell the truth. Everyone wants to take sides so hardcore that you end up with this exact result now, where people like us can wade through the bullshit and figure out what's the safest way to avoid getting sick from the virus is to take the vaccine, while everybody else can, you know, or while this other group of people are just, they're lost. They're like, fuck it, I'm not gonna do it.
Well, my thing is for the people who continually say, I need to see it. I need to wait it out and see it.
Right, here it is.
Like, here we are.
Hundreds of millions of
months and months and months of the vaccine being pumped out. And when it comes to actual cases, I have to agree with Brother Sheffin that it's a very, very small percentage of those who have been vaccinated that contracts COVID that didn't die. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, they might have re-contracted COVID, but they were able to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? Chris Paul did. Chris Paul's vaccinated. And he contracted COVID, and he had to sit out and miss some time in the playoffs and all that, and was able to come back. So that happens, but he didn't die. He wasn't put on no ventilator. He didn't have any of those crazy symptoms that was going on a year ago.
Right. I'm not even one of these guys who's out here crazy against masks and all that, but I'm just not sure if I can go back to this goddamn mask mandate, man. That shit was hardcore. For a year we was wearing that. Oh, they're terrible.
I don't think it's that bad.
I don't think it was that bad.
It's not that bad.
Arguably, that's why I was outside in the woods so much. This is the least amount of mask wearing possible. Standing out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
You became Daniel fucking Boone. Mask, bro.
Exactly.
Now,
can't do it.
You gonna be them crazy motherfuckers swimming in with the mask on too, huh?
Oh my god. I mean, it is kind of tripped out though that if you look at the Olympics, how the COVID spike has hit in Tokyo since the game's been going on, and then you had certain Olympians that contracted it. They can't participate in the games now. They're trying to rush replacements.
Funny enough, they're fine. These people are asymptomatic. They're not sick themselves, or they have super mild side effects or symptoms.
Well, the athletes, but the people in Tokyo itself, that's something totally different.
For sure.
I want to clarify that for the people.
Athletes go. Yeah. I mean, just yet again proving that if you got the vaccine, you should be fine. 99.9. That's good enough. Like, that's the only. There's no guarantee.
Okay, hold on.
That's there's no
guarantee. I gotta ask you this. What do you mean that's your only argument? You should be fine when the data shows that you are fine.
I mean,
it's been over a year. You can't keep holding on to that argument, cuz I'm sorry.
My inability to make sure people don't understand I'm giving them a guarantee, because that's not what I do. I guarantee nothing in this life other than I'll take a shit at some point today.
Yeah.
All right. So other than that, that's usually the furthest up to the line, and that's the best anybody gets. We all got to remember, nobody owes us nothing. Okay? Yeah. So I can't expect these people who don't want to take vaccines to take it, whatever the reason are, but I'll take mine. And so I don't feel like I should suffer the consequences if they are suffering the consequences of
I'm just tired of the waiting was Sears. Like, it's been over a year. I'm tired of that argument. Y'all got to come up with something else.
That sends the message that the vaccines don't work. What's the whole? We got to put masks on. We got to social distance still. I thought we had the vaccines. Your message should be get these goddamn vaccines in people. But right now they're not doing that.
Well, I don't want to say they're not doing that. I don't think they're probably doing it as much as they probably should.
They're just trying to shame people.
They're doing well. It depends on what side. Well, yeah, it depends on what side you're talking about. If you're talking about the Democrats, they're pushing it, and they're sending Uncle Joe out there to be the face of it. But I mean, he only can do so much. Like, he only can do so much. Little Tony Fauci can do so much.
Only talk to Democrats.
Yeah, Republicans only talk to Republicans.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what the problem is. That
but hold on though. This is what I will say though. At least the Democrats are listening to the scientists.
But that's not enough.
But it don't matter though. You had a whole regime that was not listening to none of that.
Sure.
So now you have somebody come in and is actually listening. So that mean, kudos to that.
If Trump was still president, the shit probably would still be popping off big time.
And that's your man's.
So
that's your man's.
But the
don't deflect.
No,
that's
the problem is what the problem is
that's your man.
They need to take people who are trusted in those particular communities and find the goddamn leaders in those communities.
But who do we have here?
Tell them
other than
to send those messages.
Who we have here other than the KO?
I don't know why Jay-Z and Beyonce are out here.
I'm talking about
I don't know why Kanye and everybody else, all these people.
I'm not talking about celebrities. I'm talking about.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Let's talk about the black community. As far as our leaders, they're mostly entertainers right now.
Big facts.
So that's basically that would be.
Prime Reverend Jesse Jackson. Right. We don't have.
Most of our philosophers are dead or
right. No Malcolm X's, no Marcus Garveys, no Martin Luther Kings, no Nat Turner's, no Cornel West.
And this brother's so old, man. I'm telling you,
I love and respect Brother Cornel West. I really do. You know what I'm saying? But it's like he's probably been through so much in his life, bro. He probably ain't got the energy to address a lot of this shit that's going on, man.
Sure, I mean, he's still out there fighting.
Because people put the argument out there that he's not doing enough. When I think he's speaking up when he sees fit.
Absolutely, I think he's doing all that he can, man. Cornel West, bro.
He's a legend.
Any shortfalls for him right there. I'm sure he, as humble as he is, he'll argue differently. But I've never seen anyone point anything. I'm sure maybe he's had some rough fucking arguments with people over the years.
Man,
who hasn't when you're in that
no disrespect towards my elder Cornel West, none whatsoever. Right. I respect that man to the highest order.
But he's a guy who does promote the vaccine, but he's not out there like that, especially in the young black community, especially outside of politics.
Well, a lot of the young black people don't even know who Cornel West is.
I was about to say that.
They don't even know who he is. Exactly. Is that his fault because he's not out there, or is that their fault because they're not taught the history?
So
and they don't want to learn
trying
the history.
So instead of Democrats getting on MSNBC and CNN and trying to shame Republicans for not taking a shot.
Right, they do that shit on Fox and all the other ones shaming Democrats.
Because I don't know if you know, right now black people are still the least vaccinated.
Yeah, the black and brown community are the least most vaccinated. Yes,
straight
we are.
Fucking facts. So
because we don't know how to rationalize things.
Black people so fucking hardcore, and they don't. They just tout this shit on their regular Democratic channels where black people don't pay attention because that shit ain't made or targeted towards black people.
You wanna know what they do? They send Kamala out there.
And don't nobody been like, man, there's like 6 people who are black who fucking fuck with Kamala Harris, man. I can find you 100 black people who would tell you they don't fuck with Kamala Harris. And from all walks of life. Kamala Harris is not our queen. Kamala Harris is not our queen.
So fucking
fuck that. She's a cop. She threw away black people's lives and she protected pedophile priests. What more do I got to say about Kamala Harris? How could you possibly say, but after that, she's a cop. That's first and foremost. She's a cop. A fucking cop. You make me get loud.
I cannot
apologize. Kamala
to
Harris.
all the followers and subscribers, that is Brother Shefflin's opinion. That is not the opinion of the panel. So please continue to subscribe and hit the like button.
Got a new SquadKast t-shirts that say fuck Kamala Harris.
Yeah, he has his own rant. And I could disagree with the brother on some things, but as a whole, she did do those things.
And
you know, and that's no different than what Joe Biden did. Is all the crazy ass bills and shit.
Oh, for sure, he just as bad.
That he signed or whatever. You know, so I mean, everybody got their faults. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
That's a very easy way of putting it.
For sure. You know, I mean, that's the only way I can put it, motherfucker. Shit.
But the point is just that, man. They don't.
But I'm just saying, they throw her out there for the black community.
They don't put people we actually trust to promote these things in the way they need to be.
So, like you said, they put the entertainers out there.
Yep, they should, and they don't put enough of. There's a few.
Like I've seen T.I. out there a few times.
Who's
you know
listening to T.I. right now? Man, he's doing backflips trying to convince people he ain't part of sex trafficking.
He got people saying expeditiously. So I mean, so there's a lot of people that rock with that man. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to just shout.
I have always been a fan of T.I. the rapper for sure, especially with his I'm Serious days. That was just a cold album. But him as this voice of the people, man, no.
So you wasn't feeling his movement when all the top designers was going crazy on us in the community, making these crazy designs with black people in the news. And I'm talking about Montclair,
T.I. only ever is there for those moments. He's not like a part of it. It's not like he's actually
I'm just saying,
leader in those moments and trying to change. He's just there fucking.
I'm trying to help you rationalize why people think he's what he is. Because when he do take those moments and opportunity to address stuff like that, everybody in the black community is gonna float to that, because especially the younger crowd, because they're the ones out there buying that shit. Right, real, like, come on, bro. Let's be real. People in our age bracket, I'm not trying to say that they don't have it, but I'm pretty sure they're not at the people that's beneath us that's out here living and dying for this designer shit. And that's who he was addressing. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And when you have that type of age demographic you're addressing, which is fucking huge, I mean, of course they go think he's a fucking activist now all of a sudden. Oh, look at Tip. He stood up to Gucci. He ain't rocking Montclair. We need to stop that. They had a video of him addressing some dude talking about, nah, man, that ain't us. You need to take that Gucci off and all this other stuff. And they love that. They're like, oh, look at him. He's standing up for the people and all that. And that makes him an activist all of a sudden. That makes him an activist all of a sudden.
I kind of disagree. I agree with what you're saying, but at the same time, I feel like all that shit's for show, because at the same time, I fuck with T.I. like you said, but this is the same motherfucker that was rocking that shit for years on years on years.
All that
I'm not saying that. All I'm telling you is that
Gucci.
Because what he's doing is what these young people are led to believe, that he's an activist. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything. I'm just telling you the mind frame of the young people, how they think, how they gravitate towards stuff like that.
And some of them, I feel like a lot of them young motherfuckers not gonna look at that and gravitate to it.
Bro, they still wear it. They all wear it. They all wear it.
They not going, oh, you real? No, motherfucker. We see you was rocking that shit in all them motherfucking videos. How the fuck you gonna tell us don't rock that shit? When you was rocking that shit,
when that happened,
when you was younger.
When that happened, and then the whole George Floyd thing happened, that's when the whole shop black business movement came, and everybody started popping up with the boutique clothes and the sweatsuits and the shirts and all this other stuff. And I mean, people still is riding that wave. You know what I'm saying? I ride that wave. I cop shit from people all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like, that whole movement really ain't as big as it is, because they went right back to wearing the same shit. You know
what did Gucci do? You know what? Look, this actually is the exact lesson politics and the U.S. government could take from Gucci. What did Gucci do? They partnered up with Dapper Dan.
Shout out Dapper
all
Dan.
Of that happened.
Right.
And came up with some cold ass suit designs and sold a bunch of that shit.
No, they was partnered up with Dapper Dan before that
their
happened.
ass right back in the black people's fucking wall.
Dapper Dan was a part of Gucci before all that happened.
That's a very good point.
I just want to keep them with Gucci
But they reached out to an icon / leader in the community. Someone people looked up to make sure they could convey a message that they need people to understand.
When you got Nas,
but they're white kids,
what I'm saying though,
how do the U.S. government
you had Dapper Dan,
but not help them at the same time? It doesn't fucking make sense.
Bro, you had Dapper Dan,
they'll do it to make money off of us as much as they won't make sure that we get
exactly.
Dapper Dan, Nas, and P. Diddy all in Dapper Dan's store talking about we only shopping Dapper Dan. We're rocking Dapper Dan. And I'm like, that's cool that you supporting his shop or whatever, but that ain't his clothes. Like, he might get a percentage of that because he has some kind of style influence or maybe help with design or something like that.
He's a hell of a tailor too.
Oh yeah, shout out Dapper Dan, yo.
That is skill, but but it's still, as far as I can tell, just it doesn't change what the problem was, at least in the whole, or even ensure that it can't go back to that.
Bro, do you know how many times I tell my kids? I can't tell them how many actual activists, black and brown activists that they have in their generation. You know what I'm saying? I could look at, we know he lost his stripes, you know what I'm saying? But Al Sharpton, you know what I'm saying? Jesse Jackson was around, Dick Gregory,
he's the truth.
Like even Colin Powell spoke up a few times. There was so many, bro, when we was coming up, not to mention we was taught about the Martin Luther Kings and the Malcolm X's, the Marcus Garveys and all that, you know what I'm saying? Not entertainers.
They wrote books or plays as a side, you know, as a consequence of how just their greatness was. It wasn't necessarily that they were entertainers. Like they actually had a message that was greater than their entertainment.
So when you throwing out entertainers to promote a vaccine, I mean, to gravitate to the black community.
We gotta be real about that. Is where, unfortunately,
that's sad, man.
That's where it's at right now.
Well, yeah,
that is where it's at right now. And you know, and money talks. You know, you gotta put money in those fucking people's hands. Make sure.
Can you imagine?
Is clear.
And this ain't no disrespect to him, but can you imagine? Like seeing Soulja Boy on CNN talking about take the vaccine.
Come on, bro.
Like Big Draco say take the vaccine. You know what I'm saying?
That shit would be fucking epic, right? Driving the host crazy. Like we about to end this. We about to end this. Don't you think nobody is my
He on there with what's my man's name? Chris Cuomo. Hit me up.
First rapper to get kicked off CNN.
Yo, they're reaching out to like let's say like a Denzel. Even though he's an entertainer, he's a well-established entertainer. Holds a lot of weight in the industry. At least we assume. We don't know, but we assume because he's been around for decades.
He got a lot of fucking weight.
Bro, you don't know how white Hollywood work, bro. But we just gonna keep it at that. So I don't see those type of established. I don't see the Angela Bassett's out there. You know what I'm saying? The Eddie Murphys, you know what I'm saying? The real established, even the Martin Lawrences, the Dave Chappelle's. I mean,
Kevin Hart.
Like, I mean, you look, and actually, let me point that out because Dave Chappelle, while certainly an entertainer at heart, he's
super
grown to be
like a
philosopher, you know, to a certain extent within the black community, right? His jokes are way more than just jokes.
Oh yeah,
everybody knows that. Yeah, especially when he had his comments about the George Floyd incident.
It's big facts.
But he made a comment about how he was watching what's that fucking sellout ass bro? On CNN, Don Lemon. This goofball ass motherfucker.
I ain't gonna take no disrespect.
What Don Lemon? He's a goddamn clown.
I can't believe you just did that, bro.
He's a fucking clown, man.
I can't believe you did that.
He's a
that man is in position to influence a lot of the right people. And when I watch him, he promotes shit for the black and brown community. And the shit that man just said. He ain't no fucking clown. He might drive a station wagon, but he ain't no clown.
He's a clown.
No,
and I believe Dave Chappelle was more or less saying the same thing, but he made a point about a bit that are about a clip from the show he saw where Don Lemon was trying to call out celebrities. Where are these people? Where are that people?
Right.
This motherfucker better not say my name.
Yeah, I saw that.
Where's Dave Chappelle? He was like, oh, fuck you, Don Lemon. But even Dave Chappelle's like, listen, I'm just an entertainer. To a certain extent, I realize I do have great opinions and ideas about things, but
it's not even that. It's about being able to reach the masses, though. They know that these said individuals can reach like so many fucking people because of their platform. That's what he's talking about.
Sure, but but that's fucked up. That right now.
But we ain't got no activists, man.
With the least amount of say that have the most amount.
Bro, they probably label Lil Boosie an activist, bro. And
fuck out of here.
I'm just saying they probably
Boosie more credit as an activist than these other fucking celebrities, because at least he's just out here doing shit.
What?
What is he doing?
Locally. He
you know how much that man take care of the community, bro? Hey, no disrespect to Boosie badass. I don't know what he talking about. You keep doing your thing, bro. I know what you do for the community and for the black community, bro. I don't know what he talking about. What happened to you riding with Boosie? My baby mama. I thought you was all that. What happened? You just turncoated.
Y'all really call him an activist? Okay, I'm
not calling him an activist. But we're saying that he's done a lot more than some of these people that they're quote unquote calling the activists.
Okay, I can agree that he has done a lot.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah. I won't knock that. I'm not.
You just said
no. I'm not. Never said that he's not done shit.
Nah, it sound like they were.
When you say activist and doing shit for the community, that's two different things.
We had to clarify it for you to get to it.
So his opinions are not that of the panel.
So you telling me just providing for your community makes you activist as a whole?
It makes you an activist in that community.
I just definitely say so, especially if you're financially supported.
How do you think aldermen and councilmen and all this come about, bro? They're leaders in the community.
Absolutely.
What are you talking about?
For sure. There's motherfuckers who standing on corners and give people a little bit of money to help them out.
If you can't be the leader of your community, how can you be the leader of masses? You think Martin Luther King was the leader of masses right away? No, he was the leader of his community, his church, his flock. Then he became the leader of everything once he got the respect of the people in his town. And so on with Malcolm X and everybody else. Don't do Boosie like that, bro. Don't do Boosie like that, bro.
Yeah, I'm funny as hell.
Boosie. That new Go 3. Go 3.
Boosie SquadKast only need 3 tickets to your next show. Just 3.
Only 3.
Just 3.
He had to pay his own way, but you know.
Cash bar for him.
I can't believe you just did that.
So yeah, man. So sure, that's a big part of the problem is we don't have these leaders in our community. Maybe locally, maybe I see a few cats are trying to be, but I don't know if it's maybe the internet spoiled some of our minds. And I make I say this making no great claim to be a qualified leader myself. But it doesn't mean I can't notice the flaws in someone else's leadership, I feel like. So I say that to say that I feel like that's kind of the problem, is that a lot of the younger cats who are trying to come up and be these leaders, that there is an underlying either financial incentive that is clear and is going to lead into a world of corruption, or that they're so focused on one particular issue that they don't see the broader scope of things that they need to change. So versus I think I can't think of her name, but Tasha P. Henderson just did the movie about that old lady down south who worked with Klans members to get welfare reinstated in, I forget what state, Louisiana, Georgia, something like that. Some governor ended welfare benefits for poor people. And there was these
because welfare was originally made for European Anglo-Saxons. Because black people couldn't even get on it. Just to make that clear.
It's a legitimate public assistance program, all right? It's not like something people should be ashamed of. So that's why they created it. They actually felt the need to help poor people, all right?
But we had to classify the poor people because it wasn't the poor black people.
So just to be fucked up about it, the governor took away the benefits, and the black lady had to go up to the racist white people, say, shut the fuck up with this racist shit. We all pour together. We all going to start together. We might as well fight this governor together. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. But I feel like even that can't fucking happen right now because our best black activists, certainly on the younger side of this scale, I mean, has no ideal, has no wanting to cross that line to the other side, to actually pull in these people who you really need to partner with in order to solve these fucking problems.
Like the younger activists that we have now that I've been able to be a part of when I marched and protested and all that other good stuff. I genuinely think that they mean well.
For sure. Intentions are definitely positive.
I think the notoriety that they get kind of blows them up. Mm-hmm. And I think that becomes a problem because now your intentions kind of change to me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because when you get big per se, name being spread out, and you know you got people that's following you, and you can do. Now all of a sudden you got this going on, and now you. I mean, I ain't about to put nobody out there, but now financials is getting involved and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm just like,
It's all too easy to go south.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're like. I did get energy, but let's get some programs for the homeless. Let's get some programs for the kids, after school programs. Let's get some daycares or something that's going on for those in the community that can't afford that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just crazy, and I just think that the ones that have a name, the older ones like Brother KO. Like he only could do so much. I mean, the man had brain surgery for crying out loud not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? But he still got creative visions, and he still tries to do what he can. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't like him for whatever reason that may be. You know what I'm saying? To each his own. But that is the current face of community leadership in the black community here. He's the only one. I've not seen anyone else.
I've seen a couple.
No, I'm talking about of his stature and his age that's really put in some work. I don't see these people on the news. I see him. Now, whether he's getting his Al Sharpton on or whatever the case may be, but when shit go down, they call him for the black community. I don't see nobody else.
True. I suppose these other cats, I can't think. There is one brother I have seen quite often. I just can't think of his name, but it's usually him showing up on the scene. It's not necessarily right. They're not seeking him out per se directly. But there is something, I'm going to look for it, and I'll put a link down in the description. Specifically that him and his group were doing. I feel embarrassed now because I actually had this. I just had it a second ago.
We'll get
another brother out here. Probably the most promising, if you will, as far as a leader in the movement there. But I don't know. Time can only tell this type of thing.
I mean, he probably the next one up when the KO decides to sit down. You know what I'm saying? When they stop calling him, you know what I'm saying? I could, see that. But like as far as like the face, I'm talking about the face. They might call whoever it is you talking about, but like when stuff go down, they call it KO. All the time.
Well, I think my point in general is that
I like this.
Get fucking vaccinated.
We come back full circle, baby.
I'm done with the dumb shit. And if you don't get vaccinated, like I honestly don't have any opinion on that other than you've accepted those risks. Whatever your reason is. I'm not even judging your reason. You accept the risk. I've accepted the risk. You decided not to get it. I decided to get it.
Well, I will say that
I don't know what else to do.
There are those out there who medically cannot get the vaccine.
For sure, I totally respect that.
And those are the ones that I want to say that our message is not directed at y'all per se, because we know there is a percentage that cannot get it because of medical history and background. So none of this is directed towards y'all. It's everybody else who's making these excuses and keep delaying and debating, procrastinating, and
just feel like they're
good. I'm it's good. I made it this long, so I'm good.
And it just ain't worth the risk. I mean, I don't get the flu shot. I haven't got the flu shot since I was in fucking high school.
I can't even recall the last time I
always feel like, you know, I'm low risk. Like, even if I get it, I'll be fine, you know?
Right.
So, I think I had the flu one time in 20 years, so.
I can't even tell you last time
otherwise, I had some sort of, you know, what do they call that?
What, virus or 24-hour virus or something like that.
Right, something quick and, you know, quick and dirty. Wait out the system. So for sure, I'm done with the judging. You know, I'm definitely going to be encouraging anyone, especially if they ask, yeah, get it, bro, I got it. But otherwise, it is what it is at this point. I don't want no goddamn mask on. I don't want no more fucking lockdowns. And I really can't help but think really about our people, because our people cannot take another fucking lockdown. Who do you think that's going to affect? Whose hours? Who's going to lose their jobs again? Who can't go to work regularly?
You're making a lot of valid points.
Bruh. It's just a full-on assault on our community, 100%, man.
I agree.
You know, we can't control the pandemic. You know, we can't say that's someone's fault per se. You know, whether it was caused in a lab or out in nature, whatever. The virus is here. That's a done argument. It's not really. It's a moot point. So at this point, no, we got to get our vaccines. But if you don't,
like if you keep saying that I need to see, then I suggest you go do your research. The internet is out there. Mm-hmm. There's enough information about the vaccine. Like, let's say, for example, you don't even believe the CDC because you're just like so anti-government or whatever the case may be.
Go talk to a real doctor.
Go talk to a real doctor. Go talk to a real physician. Go talk to a nurse. I mean, you can call the hospital nurse and get educated over the phone about the vaccine. It's like, it's so accessible to get this information to try to ease your worries about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing's 100% guaranteed, but the likelihood of you making it and surviving fully functional is greater than not having it. I can tell you that much. Dead ass serious. So y'all need to do something.
Get your shot or not.
But in the words of Trick Daddy, y'all need to tighten up.
I tell you what, the one thing I do like about that come out of all of this is the social distancing. I do like the wider spaces in line in general.
I will say that.
I don't mind. The other day, some old lady did get real close to me at the grocery store. I was like, God damn, this lady's a savage. Look at her. She's all in my shit. She don't care what goes down over here.
Shit,
no shot. She's ready to go.
I still wait for them to wipe the damn thing off the bottom of my foot.
Pepsi and cottage cheese and get the fuck out of my way, young man.
Oh my God. Put the stout down.
So, you know, other than those moments, I do appreciate the social distancing. A little bit, you know.
Oh my God.
However, Boys II Men is going to be at the fairgrounds this year. I am so close to
take your ass up there,
Swear to God. To the end of the road. Come on now, don't make me do. I'll do the whole song right now. Don't shut us down.
Did you even get
I'm getting us a copyright strike on YouTube.
Don't do it, man.
You ain't gonna have all the members up there by you.
You gonna do the end of the road?
Right, end of the road, baby.
Oh my God.
So other than I'm willing to accept it, but fuck that, man. I've been out here. I've been going out to eat, restaurants, you know. Only thing I haven't done yet is some live music, but I did go to the Arts Fest. That bitch was jam-packed, but I had a hell of a time.
I mean, I go to restaurants. Shout out the ramen I had last night. That shit was fire, by the way. That was my first time having ramen.
Right.
I had the beef ramen with the cabbage, noodles, scallions, and all that other good stuff. Shout out.
Where was that at?
Wasabi Chi.
Okay.
On 54th off of Douglas, right by Merle Hay.
Yeah.
No real
lady
way.
usually gets ramen when we order from there. She loves that shit.
You know what I'm saying? It was dope. Like
I'm always torn. I like the California.
Kids loved it. I ain't getting under the rolls. I was just so hyped on the ramen. I had to try it, and it was good. I ain't gonna lie. My kids loved it.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? Nice. So check them out. Wasabi, y'all owe me for promo. Cut the check. CTC, cut the check.
You make it out to your battle last weekend?
Oh yeah, shout out Minneapolis. I kicked Young Buddha's ass. Nice. Brother Black was there to witness it. Some people call it a 2-1. I call it a 30 bag of work, preferably. He actually admitted to me after the battle when we shook up that I got that one, so he knows he lost. I was supposed to have Battle in Gates of the Garden in Atlanta on Sunday. but due to some family things that went down, I had to cancel that. But shout out Dre Dennis, Engaged to the Guard. He did tell me I could reschedule that whenever I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? So like my money and all that shit ain't wasted. You know what I'm saying? So
when's the footage gonna drop from that?
From the manslaughter joint. Yeah. I don't know when that was gonna drop. They already dropped one. Shout out Infrared the General versus Mikey D. That was a classic. You know what I'm saying? That was a dope one. I was actually in the pit for that one on the stage with them.
I always wonder why they be waiting so long to drop footage, man. Because sometimes it'd be like 3 days, sometimes it'd be like 3 months.
It depends on probably who you got edited and how much time they got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, everybody got real jobs and shit. So, you know, they probably got to work that out or whatever. And then they put a poll out what battle they want to see drop first.
Everybody got to have a real job, boy.
I mean, yeah, man. Shit,
reminds me of my father saying, all work before play. Tell you what, shit. Well, that's what's up, man. You know, another benefit of having that vaccine, I feel fucking invincible out here, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
invincible as, you know, the next man with a gun to make me feel
the good thing, though, the event was at a park, so it was an open setting. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't closed in or nothing like that. You know, we was outside. It was a good vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Just middle of the day?
We rapped first. It was at like 6 o'clock, almost 7 o'clock.
Right, okay.
So me and my opponent went first, set the tone.
Nice.
Like I said, I whooped his ass. He know it. He said it.
Right.
I'm only speaking the facts, bro. Don't take that I'm throwing shots to you. Say you watched the podcast. he said he had some words about the podcast and he started around as he quote unquote was trying to address me. But,
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
So
I'm turning me into a battle rapper. You talking shit about my podcast?
Nah, he watches the show. You know what I'm saying? I thank you for the views, Young Buddha. Go holler at that man. He do music and all that, but I smoked him in battle rap.
All right.
That part.
Got him out of there. It was easy too. It was like work.
Y'all watched your SquadKast? Y'all watch your podcast? It's trash or whatever the fuck he said. Some shit.
He said no. I don't even think he said that. It was just like I seen your podcast. He said your little podcast. So I'm just like, oh okay.
Oh okay.
Okay. Oh, little podcast.
It wasn't enough, buddy.
That's what you got to say, my friend. He decided to go first. So it wasn't even really a coin toss. He decided to go first, and after his first round, I was just like, this all you got for me? That's how I felt. So then when I rapped, I thought I got the first round clear, but some people give him the first round. And then I got the second and the third clear as day. And that's what a lot of people give me, but a lot of people say it was a 30 too. So, you know what I'm saying? I put in work. I wasn't playing no games.
That's what's up.
No games. The wrestling bars be hitting. By the way,
right, okay,
wrestling bars
I don't
be
know,
hitting.
man. These people love wrestling, man.
The wrestling bars be hitting, baby.
People fucking love
it. It's a Midwest thing.
Right.
I had them going crazy on the wrestling bars, and then I had a How High Ivory line.
Okay.
They love that too. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Nice. You got when you name Buddha. I mean, you only can go 2 ways with that: the religion and the bud.
Nice. Shit, I was up in Rock Creek Lake.
You always in some creek or fucking
camping
lake.
for 3 days, man. Rented a boat and everything.
How was it?
It was nice. Got a bunch of fucking fish. Set a bunch of fires.
Do you keep the fish? Do you skin them?
Nah, son.
You fucking wasting your time, bruh.
You just do it for the sport.
I do it for the sport.
I get it.
Just to prove to them I can, you know. I let the fish know. Don't ever forget I'm up here.
I can eat that shit. When it ain't the Moores River, we throwing that shit
when
back.
The apocalypse happened, when the apocalypse happened, and those of y'all who can't fish and get your own food, don't come looking for the SquadKast and chefing, because that's our guy.
Right,
that's our guy.
I'm a hot commodity at that point. People will lock me down.
My man, young Daniel Boone.
We got a fisherman over here.
You know what I'm saying? Fisherman, he can start a fire, you know what I'm saying?
Right, I fished off a boat for the first time. I caught a fish off the boat. That shit.
Yeah, you do most of your fishing on ground.
I did that too, yeah. Usually fish from the shore, but yeah, the first time ever I fished from the boat.
So how many fishing poles do you have?
3.
3?
Yeah, I only use 1 at a time usually. Usually if I go camping, I will take 2, but generally when I'm out here locally, I just walk around with 1. It's a lot of work, 2 fishing poles.
When last time you and Powers went?
Oh, it's been a minute actually. Just between
shout out my man Powers, by the way.
Shit, I've been camping twice and out of the state a couple of times. Man, it's been a busy fucking summer so far. Shit.
That's
why we take. That's why Jungle gonna take it next month. Though I can't. It's just too much. It's just too much. I think I'm gonna go camping twice next month actually.
Okay.
2 different weekends in a row. So
there we go, that boy. Make sure you get that footage too. Get that good footage.
Yeah. So shit, I'm out here still because of the spikes, you know. Boy, there's a little gnat or something flying around this motherfucker.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Right. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, keep doing your thing, bro. I like to see you out there getting your Daniel Boone on. You know what I'm saying? Dead ass serious, and I can tell you really enjoy it.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you really at peace with the shit. You know what I'm saying? You have a high interest in it. You know what I'm saying? So that's dope. You know what I'm saying?
And man, let me tell you, I went in this last place I went camping, dog. I never seen so many black people camping before. It blew my mind. I was so happy. Our whole families.
Motherfucker, we invented camping. It's called slavery. What are you talking about?
I couldn't.
We've been camping out for years.
The big bag tents on this one black family, they had this jumbo tarp, and they rented extra campsites on a hill. And then they took out soap and hosed it down in water and made a jumbo ass slip and slide for the kids right in the camp.
That's dope as hell. Like where was that at when I was fucking 12?
That's how you do it. The water's free here too.
That's dope. But I think that's probably a good way to go ahead and end this joint off.
Absolutely.
Get vaccinated. We need leadership.
Right, and if you don't, I respect you. You know what I'm saying? You know, we'll see you on the other side of this one way or the other. I feel like, you know? So, otherwise, SquadKast podcast.
Y'all be easy.
We'll catch you on the other side.
Look for them debates.
Right.